can do this one of two ways. You can actually physically walk with the lunge, stepping forward and walking, if you have the space to do that. If your space is limited, you're going to step out and come back up, okay? When you step out into the lunge, it's the same lunge position that you're supposed to have with every lunge, just that nice 90 degrees. That's what you're fighting for with both legs. Weight in the front foot and knee in line with the second toe. But as you step out, you're going to do a bicep curl, okay? You can do this with weights or without. You can also start without doing anything with your arms until you get the hang of the lunge, or just start right away with the bicep curl. And you really want to power off that leg, whichever leg you're powering off. If it's the back leg if you're walking, or the front leg if you're stationary. Either way, just power off the leg to get back to a standing position. Then you're going to do line jumps. So pick a line on your floor, or lay out a jump rope or a towel or whatever you want. I usually just find a line, and you're just going to jump back and forth across the line, okay? And you want to keep your center of gravity kind of low so you can go quickly, all right? Then we're doing tricep push-ups. So here you're going to sit on your side, and the hand that you would be leaning on, this base hand, you're going to wrap around your shoulder on top of your other arm. Then you're going to lean down, and you're going to be doing push-ups. Now here's the thing with tricep push-ups. The position of this hand changes the intensity of the push-up. Okay, so the closer to your head, relative between head and hip, the closer you are to your head, the farther away from your body, the easier it is. Okay? And then as you go down into the push-up, don't lay down completely or it's going to be really hard to get back up. So just let your shoulder graze the floor and then push yourself back up. As you move your hand in closer to your body and down towards your hip, it's going to make this more intense. Okay? And so you're going to do that on both sides. Then just regular push-ups. You know how to do push-ups. You know how to do a squat. Now this I'm intending for you to kind of burn out your legs. So do what you can, but after you've done the squats for 30 seconds, instead of resting, I want you to do an active recovery, which is get down as low as is comfortable and just pulse little bounces up and down as long as you can. And then you're going to go right into the squat press. And the squat press, remember, is powering up from the bottom. Press those weights straight up over your head. If you need to rest, rest here, not after the squat, because I want all the power to come from the bottom of the squat, pressing up, and then rest here. Then you can also pulse in between the squat press and the burpees, and burpees you're very familiar with. Alternating lateral lunges. So you're going to be stepping out to the side. Remember, bend that leg that steps out. Bend the leg that steps out. It's just like a squat. You're sitting back into this, all the way in the heels, knee in line with the second toe, and not hyperextending that foot. So the knee is not going out over that foot. It's staying behind because you're sitting back into this lunge. It's more like a squat than a lunge. Single leg bicep curls. So these are just regular bicep curls, standing on one leg. Thing I want you to think about is not sagging into this lower hip. Keep your posture nice and tall. Consciously pull your belly button towards your spine. Pull your shoulder blades together. Nice posture, and fully extend your arms as you're doing this bicep curl. We want long, lean muscles, so we want the muscles to go to full extension before you contract them again. So let your arms go all the way straight before you curl them up again. Then single leg upright row. So switch legs for this one. Again, really nice posture. Your upright row is this position, like you're carrying a bucket. You can have weights for this. And just make sure when you hit the top, a few things to think about. One, that your arms are completely in line. Wrists, forearms, biceps all make a nice straight line here at the top. And also that your shoulders are not going up into your ears. Okay, because we're working these muscles right here, so there's a real tendency to raise your shoulders as you do these. but it's really important to keep those shoulders down and just work those muscles while keeping your shoulders down, your posture straight. Okay, full sit-ups. I want you to use your arms to help you at first. So you're going to take your arms back over your head and really swing them to help you sit up. And then at the top, push your arms up over your head. This is going to help stabilize your back muscles as well. So we're going to be targeting both your abs and your back part of your core. As you start to get stronger, you will not need your arms anymore. You can sit up, and then you can also straighten your legs, which increases the intensity of the sit-up. Okay? And then swimmers. Yes. So swimmers, you're lying on your stomach, feet and legs off the ground as much as possible, arms up over your head. You're going to touch your hand and your foot alternating like you're swimming. Okay? And just like you kick when you're swimming, it's not a kick with bending your knees. It is a straight leg kick. To modify this, you can put your arms down and just do your legs for one round, and then the next one, just do your arms. Okay? Oh, and to modify the sit-up, you can do crunches. If you can't do the full sit-up, you can do crunches, but I want your hands here in front of you so that you're strengthening that neck, part of your vertebra and part of your core. And you're just going to come straight up off the ground, raise your hands toward the ceiling, really squeezing those abs. But really try to do the full sit-ups even if you can't do them for the full time. And then you're doing plank, and I know you know how to do plank. So have fun.